What if I told you that a simple psychology experiment could turn perfectly normal college students into cruel abusers in less than a week? It sounds like something out of a horror movie, but it really happened. In 1971, a university experiment that was scheduled to last 2 weeks had to be shut down after only 6 days. This is the story of the Stanford Prison Experiment, and it reveals something truly terrifying about human nature. The man behind it was psychologist Philip Zimbardo. He wanted to understand a simple question: how do people behave when given power? So he recruited 24 healthy, mentally stable college students. These weren't criminals or people with a violent past. They were just regular guys. They were randomly assigned to one of two roles: prisoners or guards. The setting? A fake prison, built right in the basement of Stanford University. At first, everything seemed harmless, almost like a game. But within just a few hours, a dark transformation began. The guards started enforcing strict, arbitrary rules. They began to order the prisoners around, humiliate them, and punish them for the smallest infractions. They made them do push-ups as punishment. They woke them up in the middle of the night for head counts. They subjected them to public embarrassment. And here's the chilling part: no one told the guards to do any of this. They came up with these methods of control all on their own. By the second day, the prisoners started to rebel. They barricaded themselves in their cells, refusing to follow orders. How did the guards respond? With even harsher punishments. The situation spiraled out of control. Some prisoners started to break down emotionally. There was uncontrollable crying and screaming. One participant had to be released early because he was suffering from extreme psychological distress. What was most disturbing was that the guards seemed to enjoy their newfound power. They embraced their roles with a frightening level of enthusiasm. And what about the researcher, Zimbardo himself? He got sucked into the experiment, too. Instead of acting as an objective scientist observing from the outside, he took on the role of the prison warden. He encouraged the guards to maintain order and control, effectively becoming part of the system of abuse he had created. That's when the experiment truly went off the rails. It was only after 6 long days that an outside observer, another psychologist, finally stepped in and questioned the ethics of what was happening. Horrified by the cruelty she witnessed, she convinced Zimbardo that the experiment had to stop. Only then was it shut down. The Stanford Prison Experiment showed the world something terrifying. Ordinary, good people can commit terrible acts of cruelty when they are put in a position of power with no accountability. It wasn't because they were inherently evil, but because the situation, the system itself, allowed and even encouraged it. Today, this experiment is considered deeply unethical and would never be approved under modern research standards. But its shocking lesson remains just as relevant. Power can change people, and it can happen a lot faster than any of us would like to believe. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, make sure to like and subscribe for more real stories that reveal the hidden side of history. Thanks for watching.